Hello everybody, Thorgal here. Welcome back to another episode of Infinity Evolved Expert Mode here on the FTG server. I am here with DragonFu,
Hey everyone.
and we got quite a mess going on here. We did a thing on the live stream last night, and we've been working on it for probably another hour or so today. Improving it, and we want to, well, redo our farms here completely. Let me just show you guys real quick an overview of the building. I think it turned out really good, Dragon. You liking it still?
Oh yeah, I'm loving it. I think it turned out really good.
Yeah. Well, most of the recommendations were actually from the viewers on the stream. They told us, why don't you go with the brick that we used on the glitch tower already? And then I just started playing with the marble trim. I think it turned out really nice. And the roofing here, we first had a little different idea. This is now the third roof we actually have. The first one we did a much bigger glass dome, all out of mana glass, but that really looked poopy. You could barely tell that it looked like a cloud. And Non-Sanity actually told us, hey, why don't you... Well, I gave a few of these as option, and he said, you know what, I like this one the best. It has that weathered look. And we agreed, so we went with this one. And yeah, so this is what we got now. It's the bubbled glass. And we got two floors. We got 16 crop plots in there, all 7 by 7. We could have gone bigger, of course, but we were initially thinking of using the AgriCraft sprinklers again. But we said for now, we're not going to put them. We're just going to see, how fast our 10 seeds by themselves. Because we want to make sure that to keep the lag at a minimum here at spawn. So if we find that, we don't make enough wheat or whatever we need, then we can always add a sprinkler here or there. So let me just show you what we did is that we got the chests here in the ground, and underneath each one of them is a transfer node. And we got the water hidden underneath carpet. I think it looks really good. You guys ever seen, there is these green mats that you see in greenhouses and so on that catch the dirt and they're, slip proof and so on. So I figured this green carpet is going to go good, and it's the best way to hide the water. So that is all tucked away. And then down here, you can see we put two logos from FTOG here, just to decorate the sandstone a little bit. And here's the transfer pipes all coming out. They're all wrenched already. Going here from the upstairs, and underneath here we have a basement. And they all come to over here, merge together. And over here, Dragon just put an addition onto the diner. And that's where we're going to have all the storage drawers and so on. And then later on, we also want to redo the automation here that Dragon set up. If you guys want to see how he did that, make sure to watch his episode. He's automating the hamburgers here that, you guys always see me eat them. But we want to upgrade them to, what's the other hamburger called?
There'll be deluxe hamburgers.
Look, so we're going to have to add, you said what, lettuce and tomatoes?
We have to do cheese. We have to do cheese from the soybeans and lettuce and tomato.
Oh, so we're also going to need to automate salt, right? To make the cheese, I
yes.
think.
That's not that hard to do.
Yeah, with the Pam's way, with the water or whatever. But anyways, guys, I just wanted to tune in, give you guys kind of like a little tour of this because it turned out so nice. I really like this building. And don't want to, not show this at all. So we're going to finish this up now. And I think that once we get to the automation progress, once we got the barrel set up and we planted all the crop, I think we're going to show you guys real quick the golems that we're going to use. And, ooh, I didn't show the basement yet. I'm probably not going to spend much time down there on camera because it's dark. We're going to have nether wart and the 2 different mushrooms. Yeah, I'm going to put those 2 mycelium in here for you so they can start spreading. And down here is also a chest where we're going to have the golems. So we want to have everything automated. We want to have all the golems harvesting all the time, every plot that we think is necessary. There might be something, maybe the witchery stuff or whatever that doesn't necessarily need to be automated because you don't need much. How do we get a spider?
There's no power into the building right now.
Ah, okay. Anyways, guys, we'll be back in a few. Looks pretty cool from up here, doesn't it? It kind of has a little bit of a look of a train station, too. Dragon is still very busy right now with the crops. I'm going to join him again in just a minute. But what I find myself doing a lot lately is looking for a crafting table. Because, I can order all the things that I need while building and so on, which is really convenient, and it all comes right here. But I can never find a crafting table. And I have so many crafting tables everywhere, and I'm tired of it. So there is one option that we have for crafting on the go, and that is the assembly halo. So I decided I'm gonna make 2 of them, one for Dragon and one for myself. So we can craft on the go, you know, things like stairs and all these things. I constantly find myself needing a crafting table for those. So let's just make this halo here real quick. So we have it, and I think that should be it. So 1, 2, 1, 2, 2. Awesome! I finally got a assembly halo. That is really cool. In case you guys are not familiar with what this is, check it out. You equip it, and then wherever you face, it's gonna place a crafting table in the world, pretty much, for you to look at. And when you right-click that, I can craft something. For example, microblocks, or, well, microblocks you can do in the inventory, but let's say like stairs or carpenter's slopes and all these things. And why don't we just craft something here real quick? Let's make these stairs. So right there, you know, I can craft stairs, and I actually want to see what happens when I close this. The items fall out just like a regular crafting table. Too bad, I wish that you could keep an item in here like the saw or something, but oh well, it's better than not having anything. So now check it out. The last thing we crafted was the stairs, and now I can turn to all these. How many is that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So we can save 11 recipes. So you guys see here, right click to set. And now I have these stairs set. Now all I gotta do is when I come over here, right now we have 4. If I right click this again, now we have 8. It crafts that on the go. So as long as you have the materials in the inventory, and I think Shift right click, no. Alt right click, not enough materials. Control right click, oh, come on. Shift left click, aha. Shift left click, you unset the recipe that you have saved on that slot. So, very happy that we got this now, and I just wanted to show you that I'm crafting one and how to use it. And now I'm joining Dragon, and we're gonna continue setting up these farms. It's probably gonna be a couple more days until we're really done with that new greenhouse that we built. Because Dragon and I have been upgrowing prop between, you know, recording episodes or, you know, doing other things here. Like he did a bunch of dyes last night, and also some Pam's Harvest Craft crops, and I finished off the Botania flowers this morning. I got 6 more of those to 10, 10, 10, and also like the orange tulips and the brown mushrooms I just added because we already had them from upstairs. But so it's taken us a while to get all that done. Nothing has changed on the farm, so I don't know if I'm going to be able to show any progress on that anymore in this episode. But if I have something else to show you in the upcoming episodes, of course I will show you. But we're going to get started with a project here in just a second. I wanted to catch up on these pipes right here. You guys remember we had the problem that I couldn't get the enchanting books to go into these filing cabinets, nor these potions here, right? And I tried all kinds of things today, guys, just to play around. I crafted a bunch of modules and everything. I also tried out the fuzzy upgrade, but the problem is you can only put the fuzzy upgrade, as it says here, on crafting and basic pipes with a crafting or item sync modules in them. And these are chassis here, so I cannot apply it to this one, but then I lose the provider module, right? So I could use a basic pipe. In case you guys don't know, the basic pipes here, I'm gonna show here somewhere. You can say requested items directly on those, but there's only input. There's no way for me to add a provider. Well, I guess I could if I add a second pipe, you know, on top of it or something. A chassis with a provider card, so I would input through the sides and output, but it doesn't matter because that still doesn't work. Even with the fuzzy card, it did not send certain potions that were not on that list in here. It doesn't matter. So what I did for the time being is I replaced the item sync module with a polymorphic item sync. So now what that does is, as you guys know, if it already has the item, it will take them. So for example, if I take a wrecking 1, it will go there. But a book that is not in here, like Power 4, so the Power 4 is going to go in here somewhere, and the Wrecking 1 will go this way. We can test that real quick. Let's put the Wrecking 1. What? Oh, wrong one. This one. Wrecking one in here. No. What is happening? There we go. It went out. What? You gotta be kidding me. That doesn't work either. So then it's a filing cabinet thing then. Then it's filing cabinet that it just doesn't understand those. I'm gonna have to look into possibly putting 2 diamond chests here instead of these filing cabinets or something, because I mean the polymorphic should have worked because we had the wrecking in there, so it should have taken that for sure. Anyways, I'm just gonna leave it here. It's just enchanting books and potions. As long as I can request them, I'm okay with it, and we won't have that many. So I did a thing over here. I want to make some free power. Okay, so I prepared this area here. I hope it's gonna blend into here. I don't know if I'm gonna give it a color scheme or not. But the thing is that, you know, with the logistics pipes and also this remote storage. And so I did a couple of experiments in a creative world and so on. I tried different windmill setups. And I also, of course, looked into the solar panels. And this one here, for example, would be nice, right? That makes 64 RF a tick. That's okay to run those 2 things. But, you know, it takes a gazillion things. It takes 64 of these leadstone solar panels, which is no problem. Eventually, we're going to have, you know, an array or something of these. No problem. But it only makes 64 RF a tick. While if I set up water wheels, the way we're going to set it up, every setup is going to give us 88 RF a tick. And this is a lot cheaper to craft, and I don't need to worry about rain, nighttime, nothing. So I believe the water wheel from Immersive Engineering is the best free power that you can do, at least in early mid game in this mod pack. So that's what we're going to do. And I played around a lot with an optimal setup for these water wheels. And I'm going to build 5 here, okay? I hope that they're going to fit, but I'm only going to set up 1 with you guys here, because right now it's not crammed, so I can actually show you exactly how and where to set up the water. And then the rest I can cram in here by myself. And we actually came up together in a live stream. I did some testing with you guys, and it was super helpful. Because there's a lot of old setups, okay, that were higher. Like in my mod sauce 2, I got a setup like this up to 91 RF. And it's actually funny when you look for water wheel setups, my screenshot is on the first page of Google Images, but it doesn't work anymore that way, right? So I had to do a lot of testing, and then with you guys, I found out that we can get it to 88 RF a tick if I set it up right. And I'm also going to add a link to a screenshot, this one right here. So after the episode or whatever, if you want to set something else up, you guys can just refer to that one. And I think it's pretty cool with these little pointers that I set up there. Everywhere you see one of these pointers is a water source block and which way it's flowing. So you can just follow that very easily, and that is the same way we're going to set it up here now. So the first one we're going to need is up here. It's really, that's the one thing I don't like about setting these up, because it is so crammed. So we're going to need to have something right here. All right, and this is where we're going to set up the water. Oh, and you know what? There's something I wanted to test. This is perfect. Do I have a tank on me? Tank. No. Do I have an empty tank? Yes, I do. Upstairs. I want to see real quick if this fluid vac that I made the other day, that I told you guys about, works in reverse mode. By the way, I set up a second carpenter here for krill seed oil to make wooden tiles, because I started with minecarts for a minecart trek in the Nether. Hopefully I'm going to be able to show you towards the end of the episode. But let's try this out here first real quick. Let me get this fluid vac right there. And if I just use it normal, you see I right click here. Oh, why does it not? That's the things right there. You guys see how for some reason they cause problems with the water updates. So I'm just gonna keep that for my water thing and put these two over here. All right, so I can take water over here without issues. How full are we? Well, we got 12, so let's see if I can turn this around. So with V, you make it the orange one. Now where can I put this so I know it actually works? And now right click. Yeah, it puts it back, guys. So that is awesome. So that's what we're going to use right now, because that's going to make it very easy for me to fill this. I don't need to mess around with buckets and so on. Let me fill up this tank and then I'll see you guys down there again. Okay, so let me get up in here. I didn't put the roof on yet. And so we need, this is the 12 o'clock. So this is, what is this, 11 o'clock, I guess, or something. So that's where I'm going to put 3 of these. And there's one thing already, like if you put the water up here at this level, and you just let it flow this way, you actually lose 8 RF fatigue. So if you want to put them one higher, like you're coming down from waterfall or something, make sure that you block this off here. Okay, so it actually flows and hits it down there. It doesn't flow over this way. I hope it makes sense what I'm trying to tell you. But the screenshot should explain it all in case you have questions. So that is the first one. Now I gotta go back to my screenshot so I remember. Okay, and then the next one we're gonna have to do is down here. You guys see how it just flows down and then backwards? But right here, we need another water pushing that way. Okay? So the way we can do this, if I am not mistaken, open this, nothing should happen. If I put the glass right down here, I gotta be quick to close this so it doesn't fall out. You guys see that? Now it falls down and goes over and down and over. So now it's actually higher already. That is that. Now there comes an oddball, one right here. So I'm gonna have to put... it's so much easier for me when I break just through... Wait, there's 12 o'clock. Yes. Alright, so we're gonna come through here. Can I place you? Perfect. Yes. And now I actually need to close this off already, so... I'm gonna use concrete here real quick. Because I'd like... Is this gonna be enough room? Let me double check. I need this one... That would be still... I need one out. It needs to go one further. The back side needs to be pretty much one wider, one longer than the front side. If you call this the back side. Alright, so right here. And now we're gonna need to put water source block here, here, and here. So that's actually pushing away from the water wheel, okay? But it went up again. And in the end, I will show you how much power it makes via a capacitor. So we can double check that we are actually getting 88. This is right. I'm pretty sure it is right. Yes. Okay, so, and now at 9 o'clock, we need another one. This is the oddest one. This one doesn't make any sense to me. I'm not really a fan that it needs to be set up that way, but, well, we want to get the most, we're going to have to do it. And... yeah, you need to close this off. If you don't, the water will flow down and actually push against this one, and you will lose RF again. This looks like I didn't put a water source block here. Is that right? Let's try it. Ah, it's because I didn't have the glass, and my bad. Okay, so this needs to be... So we close this off to here. And now I can place one down there, also pushing away from the wheel. So it's flowing this way. And now the last one needs to be really high. And I probably need to make room here real quick for that. So I can actually get in it. Like I said, it's very cramped when you set these up. So if you can, leave yourself some room. And now the last one needs to push... on this level here, underneath this glass. So it's gonna have to go this way. And it actually needs to be pushing towards the water wheel. Okay, so we're gonna put 3 more here. 1, 2, and 3. So they're pushing that way. And that is all the ones. So there's altogether 6 water source rows. 1 right there. Well, this one down here is not really a source block, but I marked it because you could make these also source blocks. They're pushing this way. And And then we have here, pushing out, here, or here, pushing out, and here, pushing in. So now, how do we test if this actually makes us 88 RF a tick? The easiest way I found is to just put a capacitor bank right here. Oh, it's already charging. And just right here, you switch it to in. It shows 87 right now, but if I wait like another minute or something, it should go to 88. What am I missing here? I don't think I'm missing anything. I just noticed this one here doesn't need to be... We can change this one up real quick. I like that better. So let me change this guy to V so I can suck these 3 up. 1, 2, 3. We're actually gonna go 1 forward. Because it is flowing that way. And then I can change it around. 1, 2, 3. I don't think that's gonna be that 1 extra RF, but... Okay, the only other thing I can see is that I did have 3 source blocks down here when I did it, in the test world. So let's just set these up again. So all the way back here against this glass, and this glass. Don't think it should make a difference because there's water there already. So I'm not exactly sure why I am getting 87 instead of 88. Yep. But we're just going to have to live with that. 87 is good, I think, already. Maybe it's going to go to 88. If it does, then we'll certainly know. And now what I'm going to do is set up the other 4, not staggered, but there's going to be 1 back here, 1 there, 1 there, and 1 there. So 2 by 2, pretty much. And then we're wired all up, and we got free energy. I like it. Looks pretty cool, doesn't it? I dig it. It's funny because when you go a little bit further away... These wheels actually unrender. They don't render anymore. Oh, you gotta be kidding me. Now, of course, it's gonna stay there. But then you just see the water circle up there. So it looks a little weird, but I like it. So it's all wired up, guys. Actually, it's ready to go because I ran into some issues with this. I couldn't figure out what was causing it. So I actually had to tear down a lot of all the wiring again. Because I was only getting 220 RF down there. Okay? But if I'm not mistaken, we should get 440 RF. Minus the loss from the cables. Okay? There's going to be a few percentage loss from the cables. And 2 of them make 87, by the way. The first one we set up, and this one back here also 87. The other 3, when I put the capacitor bank on it, they all showed 88 RF a tick. So I don't know what the deal is with those 2, but I don't care about those 2 RF. That's nothing. So, what was my problem? The problem was that I had this all wired up with LV. And it's funny because about a week ago, we started talking about this on TeamSpeak, how much do they transfer and so on. And I actually checked in the config files because I wanted to know if hard mode changes anything. And it showed that they can handle 1024 RF a tick in the config. And I couldn't find any other place in the expert mode folder where that gets overwritten. It's only script changes. So, but anyway, I hovered over it and it showed 256 RF. So that means from this capacitor right here, I had 256 going out that way and only 220 something got there because you lose a little bit. And then of course also the problem was that, when you add all this up and you're supposed to get 438, or 440 if they're all on 88, then the 256 connectors couldn't handle that all at once, right? So I upgraded all to MV, and you see on Wayla it shows you 1024 over 1024. So MV apparently can handle 1024 RF a tick, which is perfect. I'm guessing HV is going to be 4096, but I won't know until I find out. So we always have a MV connector on top going to one here, because I can't go directly to here. And over here I made it so they're all, oops, I'm getting stuck on the connector. So they're all coming together here. I put them facing each other, so I only need to run one wire instead of coming from back there. And they all come here and they are charging, or they will charge this guy here. But why I'm not having it turned on yet is because I actually want to test how much do we actually get now, okay? And I don't want to have these cables anywhere in my modern base here, okay? That's why I'm hiding them behind the wall. What I did is, it comes in here and then follows a tunnel back here into the back of this capacitor bank. And from this capacitor bank, we're going to use our energy node to actually then run the energy pipes to the machines and so on, because that's modern and I don't want these wires hanging everywhere in my base. I hope that makes sense. So I can close this up, and this here is not wrenched right yet. So when you look in the back, it is wrenched to orange. Orange means output and blue is input, and there is no input on this one yet. So once everything is wired up, then we can turn it on. But let's close this. So it's gone. You don't see it anymore. And come over here, and I have another channel prepared where we're going to set something up in a second. So here's the capacitor. It's ready to go. And I'm actually going to... Yes, over here we do the I/O. It's completely drained, empty. And am I forgetting something? No, I shouldn't. All I gotta do now is get the hammer and hammer this thing here one time, and it should turn to blue. There we go. Now it's getting power, and the power should go directly over here. And let's see, 407 RF a tick. So altogether, we're losing 33 or 31 if you want to count those 287s. And that's pretty good. 400 RF for free. To only run, you know, some logic stuff here and so on. That is pretty cool, I think. I like it. So, now we can take this guy down with the public frequency. And here it is. So now we can put this guy up here. And I need to order some... Whoops, wrong one. Here we go. Cover. I want some laboratory block covers. 10 should be enough. And let me get these from here. Perfect. What else do I need? Let me put this on the bar and all of this. So let's wire this up over here first so I can actually keep using this all. So now this feeds logistics pipes and also the remote storage. You guys see it's filling up already and it's full again. But I also want to run a wire down here. Whoops. That is going into the middle of the workshop here. And oops, I don't want to... I'm going to stay up higher. And I actually do want to close this underneath. I don't want to have any empty spots there. So let me just run this back here. Like that. And this is going to charge something that Toddy just gave me the idea. He was asking in chat about it. And come on. All right. And now I can come up the rest of the way to here. Perfect. And I need to close up behind here. All of this. Let's put stone. And this. Everything closed here. And now we can use the covers to cover this up somewhat. I know they're not connecting, but it is good with me. And I actually... Yeah, I need 2 more covers. Just 2. And I gotta get my halo out, because we're gonna make a whole cover so we can also cover this from the side. I think that'd be nice. So 6 right there, and 2 more to make us some whole covers. And we can put this over the side right there. Perfect. And back here, I want to be able to keep reading the I/O here. I'm just gonna put a block like this. White stained glass might not look bad, but it doesn't bother me. This is an access shaft. You know, people are not supposed to hang out here anyway, so it's all good. And, well, this thing is already full. Look at this. 1 million RF already done. And let's see how far this guy is full. Already 500,000 RF. Free. It's making it on the go. So that is really, really cool. So... Now, what is that little thing here that I had an idea to make, or Toddy gave me the idea, I should say. And that is, you guys are, no, if you were in the live stream, we wanted to make something to copy the second floor of our greenhouse, which we then actually ended up using the Buildcraft Architect table and builder. But I wanted to make these right here, the space chamber corner blocks. And I made the machine frames. I had 2 resonant machine frames ready and made 2 of them, but I did not see, because usually in normal mode you get 8 of these for 1 recipe. Here you only get 1. So, well, I would have needed 8 of them, 1 to make this controller, and I didn't have those resonant. I'm not ready for that. So, I have 2 of these left over right there, right? These machine frames. And we're going to make a matter receiver from RFTools. And that is what we're going to stick in that hole. And I'm also going to make a charged porter. Now, you see me use that a lot in Unabridged. So we're going to place this guy right here. And everyone can dial to this receiver. Do I want everybody to be able to dial to this receiver? Don't know. Thorgal space. Yeah, that sounds fine. So that is what this is called now. And I have to... I can change it and charge it in my hand. When you hold it... Oh, this probably has a lot. Oh, we're using it out of this HV capacitor. But when you hold this in your hand and I shift right-click this thing here. You see here? Charge porter target is set to 1. Ooh, I set the first one on the server. Ooh. And now if I use this, it will teleport me back here. Now, if I only do it from here, it takes very little energy because I was really close. But if you come from cross dimensions and so on, it takes pretty much the entire charge. But I don't care. I can get home now from anywhere. I don't need to worry about how to get home. And that is really cool. I dig it. Because now I can go to the Nether with you guys and show you a few things that have happened over there that I wanted to show you before the end of the episode. And I thought this is perfect that we can try this out. And I just need a weapon on the bar. And where's my bow? Just in case, you know, whenever you go to the Nether. Maybe I can find my bow. I got an arrow. And there's my bow. And fire resist potion. And we're going. Because I built a railcraft minecart track. To go all the way over to the Blaze Farm. And also, you know, because the Wither Skeleton Farm is over there now. And last night, actually, in the live stream, it came out of nowhere. Because I was making all these tracks, I'm like, man, I need more gold. We have endless redstone from the witch farm. We have more redstone than we can use, honestly. We have so much redstone, it's bonkers. Excuse me. But I needed more gold, right? Iron, I'm doing pretty good. So I made the tunnel. And then we decided to make a gold farm. After I finished this tunnel. And this is what it looks like. I do want to show you. I show it to you. Can I show it to you from out here? So you guys can see it. Because it looks really cool, I think. From the outside. Check it out. It sticks out like a sore thumb. And it's perfect. Halfway through, like, you know, and after like I built like 5 or 6 sections, I'm like, man, I can't believe in the Nether I'm building with snow and blue blocks. You know, totally stands out. It was not really planned this way. But I think it's perfect. I love it. I'm really happy how this one turned out. And why am I having problems with the hover mode? What's happening? What's happening? Let me get in there. Please? Really? So let's take this rail cart track. What did I do here? Pretty much very simple. There is a cart dispenser in here with a few carts. Press the button, cart comes out, powers this track, powers the embarking track, which pulls me in, and then I get pushed off. And when you come back, the detector track powers this cart dispenser, which pulls in the cart, and that dismounts you, so you get out here. So it is somewhat automatic. And here we go. We get automatically sucked in, and we go. And I have carpets up here, so nothing can spawn on the tracks. In the middle, we have a lower half slab, and on the side, we have stairs. And the anti-blocks, nothing can spawn by default. But I've noticed one problem, and I'm not sure how I'm going to handle that, is these hellhounds from Witchery can spawn between the carpet and the rails. It's nuts. And here we have the same setup, and I am here at the Blaze Farm. I really like how this turned out. Very happy about this project. And then underneath here, I have a transfer pipe pulling out the cart from here and putting it back into this dispenser here. Oh. Over there is the Blaze Farm, Ghetto Blaze Farm, and here is the Wither Skeleton Farm that you guys seen. And I think Brink is working on something here. I know what it is. I don't want to spoil it. So Grok and me came over here, and he dug straight up. I joined him shortly after he got up here. We used the Ender Pearl trick to get on top of the bedrock. And then we used the Dark Oak trick to make some holes in it. And then we just said, we're probably... you guys see a death over there. We're probably gonna make an elevator to come up here instead of a rail cart or something. We haven't really decided yet. And here's our gold farm. And it's funny... Ooh, I gotta take off the magnet because I'm gonna suck everything in. It's funny because we first started to make a... There's another 1,300 gold nuggets in here already. We first made this a vanilla zombie pigment farm where you throw a snowball and they come running at you, right? We made it gas proof, but then we ran into the problem that we didn't think of. Spiders spawn, these blizzards spawn, the hellhounds spawn, the fire bats spawn and everything, and those don't aggro on you if you throw a snowball. And you also need to, have it open so the zombie pigment can actually track you. Well, if you leave it open, then the bats are gonna kill you, or nitro creeper or something, right? And then we turned it into a fan farm. The open blocks fans. Let's go up here all the way to the top. And we're in the inside. Now, I can't really... This is super dangerous here, by the way. Like this guy right now. Because it's a big spider. If it dies, sometimes you get the little spiders that spawn in here. So that is super mean. So this AFK room here, actually... I have to turn this down, I apologize. Well, not all the way. 3% sounds good. So we can't AFK in here, right? So last night I was AFK in here for, I believe, 6 hours. And I just AFK'd up here. And you guys see this glass, and I surrounded myself, so nothing can come to me here. This is in the middle. Here is a Silognolia also, so if you're down here or up there, your magnet will never pick up the items, and you see the items coming through here. I decided to go with the Buildcraft pipes because we have 4 vacuum hoppers, right? And they don't need to be super fast. But down here, I needed an item buffer. Because if I didn't have the item buffer, this crate here sometimes was not able to keep up. And I spilled a few items, and we didn't have any spillage since it's set up like this. So this system works, and it can keep up. Now, where's the elevator? Here it is. Actually, we don't need to go up anymore. We can go down here. So I can show you how we have it set up here. The crate just spits it out. It comes down here, and there's another vacuum hopper that pulls it into this chest. And then from this chest here, we simply pull into the drawer controller. The problem we had, first we had the drawer controller directly on the vacuum hopper. But sometimes you get these odd things like raw chicken, or if a player is around, you might get a head or something like that. And then the vacuum hopper got stuffed up. So now it goes in here. So this is it shouldn't ever fill up. Over here we have these storage crates with void upgrades. And this one here, we gave a lot. 4 obsidian upgrades and a void upgrade. And last night I was here, and I think if I remember